Привет, с вами Корней. А это мой гомункул. Недавно произошло интереснейшее событие, он наконец-таки начал есть.
Hello and welcome back to Planet Nibiru. In this episode, we will revisit our old friend the Homunculus. Many folks have been asking for an update, so here you go. In a rather shocking turn of events, the Homunculus has shown that he has a taste for blood and has resumed eating meat.
Mommy?
With one small catch. It has to be covered in blood. Yep, that's right. I said blood. The Homunculus is showing vampiric tendencies by only eating meat that has been slathered in the alchemist's blood. But it didn't start there, so let's take a look. As you know, if you've been following the series of videos we have done on this subject, the Homunculus had stopped eating meat after it merged with its counterpart. After the merger, it was surviving by absorbing protein powder that was added to the water, and then on small pieces of vegetables that the alchemist was feeding it. The alchemist attributed the loss of appetite to the merger and the energy it took for the two entities to merge to create the new entity. As a result, the Homunculus has not grown very much since the merger. But the alchemist was not to be deterred from his research and found some text in his alchemy books that suggested that blood could be used to entice the Homunculus to eat. He reasoned that he should try this approach and added a few drops of his own blood to the water, to which the Homunculus reacted dramatically, sensing the blood in the water. It moved quickly towards the blood-tainted water as if it wanted to eat it. Watch the way the Homunculus reacts when the blood is added to the water. Like it knows that it's something to eat or that it equates the blood with food. Once the alchemist saw this reaction, he knew he was going to try feeding it meat again.
Mommy?
Here we see Corny the alchemist smearing his own blood on the meat before he puts it in the tank with the Homunculus. The Homunculus eats it with no issue. But how do we get here? After a few days of adding blood to the mix, Corny tried adding blood to the outside of the meat. When he did, he was surprised to see that the Homunculus ate it straight away with no hesitation. This was great news for the alchemist, as he is now able to begin feeding the animal meat and watching it grow again. After a few days of eating this meat, Corny has noticed that he can now see veins in the Homunculus. They are very hard to see in the video, but we should see them grow in the future. What this means, though, is that the Homunculus has a heart and pumps blood through its simple form. This is big news, because we know now that it has more organs than we originally thought. The fact that it has a heart, veins, and blood, in addition to an eye, a mouth, and teeth, puts this animal much higher on the food chain than the simple organism that we originally thought it was. So now that the Homunculus is eating protein again, the alchemist is expecting it to grow in size. I know that I am looking forward to seeing it grow, and I certainly want to see what other features it may produce. Perhaps another eye, or maybe even legs or other appendages. Since this is really the first of its kind, we don't know what to expect, but we can speculate. What do you guys think will grow next? Also, would you guys lock this thing up under heavy lock and key now that it has a taste for blood? I'm thinking maybe I would. Also, I have been inundated with thousands of comments and emails regarding the Homunculus. There are so many questions, many of which I have no idea how to answer, that it takes me weeks to read through them all. I will attempt to answer a few of the main ones that are asked over and over and over again on here now, though. So, first one is, what kind of sperm did he use? Human sperm. What kind of egg? An organic, farm-fresh, non-pasteurized, non-homogenized, untouched, unspoiled egg. Just a brand new egg, straight from the farm. Why not use a bigger egg, like an ostrich egg? The alchemic text that Corny uses as his guide only refer to the use of a chicken egg, so that is what he uses. He has not tried anything other than what is recommended in the alchemic text. Why does it live in water? People often say that a human and a chicken both breathe air, so how can a homunculus live in water? The answer is very simple. Both humans and chickens gestate in fluid. Human fetuses in the womb and chickens in the eggshell both live in fluid until they are born. So perhaps the homunculus is somehow stuck in that gestation stage? Not really sure, but we do know that humans and chickens both gestate in water or fluid, so I can only use that as a guideline. And lastly, is this Calvin from the movie Life? No, but it sure is the closest thing I've ever seen. So, with that out of the way, what do you guys think? Personally, I'm a little bit freaked out by the whole blood thing. I'm cool with it eating meat, but the fact that it rejected meat for over 2 months after the merger, and then only started eating meat again after it had been reintroduced with blood on it is a little bit creepy. Does this mean that the homunculus is some type of vampire creature, or just that the blood is making the meat more enticing? I'm not sure on that one, but I am looking forward to finding out. So get in the comment section and let me know what you guys think. Thanks to everyone for all the likes and subscribes, and we'll be back soon with another video.